stuck between my rights and my wrongs. Second guessing what I'm doing. Like, am I really there for my boy? Not enough, but if I'm paying child support, do the making for time that I've lost. Whole time paying this court system. Can't even call my little man a game system, cause my checks be short. And if your bag too short, well, you had to miss a month. Slipping up, I gotta pick it up. Grind limitless, but it got your folks like, yeah, I hope you don't get caught. Like I missed them payments on purpose. Can you see I failed and I'm hurting? Ain't had no job, so no working. Or the job I work is not working.
Shalom, this is your Ark. Yah is magnified. Coming back with another informative video. I titled this video, Child/Offspring Support. But before I tackle this subject, as always, I must state for the record, I'm not a lawyer, I do not practice law, and I do not pretend to. All my videos are for informational and educational purposes only. They're all facts and all truth. Nothing more, nothing less. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, guys, so as you all know, this is a poll that I put up earlier in the community section on YouTube, okay? Shout out to all those that voted and participated. But in the poll, I asked the question, and the question was, which one do living men and women have? The first option was child/children. The second one was offspring, and the third was neither. Okay, as we all can see, majority voted for offspring. Why did majority of us vote for offsprings? Because majority of us was led to believe that offsprings are different than children, okay? But let's find out to see if that's true or not. So for all those that voted for offsprings, let's move forward, okay? Let's go to the Black Laws Dictionary to see if there's any difference. Let's proceed forward. Okay, so as you all can see, the upper left-hand corner of the screen, we're coming from the 6th edition of the Black Laws Dictionary for the term child and children, right? The first term is what? Progeny. Then it states offspring of parentage. We can stop right there. Okay? Why? Because it states a child is what? Offspring of parentage. So now, let's see, will it be anything different if we was to search the definition of offspring? Let's go there. Okay. So now as you all can see, offspring, upper left-hand corner, states children issue. So offspring is children, children is offspring. They're both interchangeable. They're synonymous with one another. So what that means, when we go to court, like we was all led to believe, to go to court and state that what? I don't have children, I have offsprings. But you're basically still admitting that you have children, because why? Children are offsprings and offsprings are children. They're both one and the same. So for those that voted, stating that they don't have offsprings, but we have children, or stating that we don't have children, we have offsprings, and all those that voted for offsprings, they could have voted for children. It's both the same. There's no difference. But we was led to believe that they was. I'm guilty of that as well. Why? Because the same people that y'all was listening to, I was also listening to at one point. And me, I'm always digging for more and more knowledge. Instead of me going back and checking this as well, I never did. So that's why I'm guilty of that as well, because I also had people believing the same thing. So now I'm here to correct that mistake. Okay? So I was also thinking, what can be a better term to use besides offspring or child when going into these courts? Then I went to the scriptures and it hit me. Seed. Okay? And then I searched the Black Law Dictionary for the term seed and couldn't find it. And I wonder why the term seed wasn't in there. Then I thought about it. Seed is life. Okay? You can't mix the living with the dead. So the term seed is not in the Black Law Dictionary, the 6th edition. I didn't check any other edition. I just was going through the 6th edition real quick. But again, I did not see that term seed. Okay? Just the definition for seed alone is not in there. Okay? So when you go to court, this is not legal advice. I cannot give you all legal advice. But instead of stating that you have children and or offsprings, just simply say that you have seed. Okay? Because if you go to court and say, well, as those were saying at first, I do not have a child, I have an offspring, you're still doing what? Admitting that you have a parent-child relationship out of your own mouth. Once you admitted that out of your own mouth, then that gave you the duty of support, okay? Why? Because you established the parent-child relationship. Like I tell you all, be crafty and very wise with the words that are coming out of your mouth. Why? Because the words that you say can and will be used against you in court. They never say the words that you use will be used for you in court. No, it's always used against you. Why? Because they need you to do what? Testify against yourself. Okay? So be wise with the words that are coming out of your mouth. All right? So from here on out, I cannot tell you guys what to say. I cannot give you all legal advice. But, if I was in that situation, I'll switch it to here on out, my seed. Okay? And let's go to where I got that from. So we're going to pick this up at Genesis 3. Let's go there. Okay, so as you all can see, we're coming from Genesis chapter 3. We're going to pick this up at verse 14, okay? Verse 14 at the top states that, and Yahuwah Elohim said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Okay? So the Most High letting us know that he didn't say between thy child and your child. He said between thy seed and her seed. Okay? Key word in this definition, and the whole verse 15 is thy seed. Okay? So now, let's go to Genesis 13. Okay, so we're going to pick this up from Genesis 13, right? So let's go to verse 14 through 16. At the top, verse 14 states, and Yahuwah said unto Abraham, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. Okay, so again, he's saying he's going to give it to Abraham and Abraham's seed forever. But let's continue. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thou seed also be numbered. So we know that man cannot number the dust of the earth. So we also know that the seed of Israel cannot be numbered. But we also know that seed also means son or daughter, okay? Coming from the bowels of Abraham. All right, but now let's go to Genesis 15. Let's continue to move forward. I'm going to give you all 7 solid scriptures to further prove that the term you need to start using is seed. Let's continue on. Okay, so let's pick this up at Genesis 15, verse 1. It states, after these things, the word of Yahuwah came unto Abraham in a vision, saying, fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceedingly great reward. And Abraham said, Yahuwah Elohim, what wilt thou give me, seeing I go childless? And the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus. Okay, so he first says he go childless, but let's continue. Chapter 3. And Abraham said, behold, to me thou hast given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is mine heir. Right? Verse 4. And behold, the word of Yahuwah came unto him, saying, this shall not be thine heir, but he that shall come forth out of thy own bowels shall be thine heir. Okay, let's continue. Verse 5. And he brought him forth abroad and said, look now towards heaven, and tell the stars, if thou be able to number them. And he said unto him, so shall thou seed be. Again, the Most High still telling Abraham that he's going to have seed. Okay? Same thing when you're speaking about your living, breathing child that came from your bowels, you're going to say seed. Okay? Because that's what they are. They are your seed. Okay? They came from you. Like fruits and vegetables. After you eat a fruit, you can take the seed, plant it back in the dirt, and make more fruit. Same thing. Once seed come from your body, get planted into your wife or whoever you're dealing with, she bring forth life. Boom. If it's a boy, he'll be able to bring forth life. If it's a female, she'll be able to receive life and bring forth life as well. Okay? But let's continue. Let's go to Genesis chapter 22. Let's go there. Okay, let's go to Genesis 22. We're going to pick this up at verse 15. Okay? And it states, and the angel of Yahuwah said unto Abraham out of heaven the second time, and said, by myself I have sworn, says Yahuwah, for because thou hast done this thing, and hast not withheld thy son, thy only son, that in his blessings I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gates of his enemies. So again, the Most High is still talking about his seed. But let's continue. And in thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. Okay, so a lot of people are saying, or probably thinking, well, he's saying seed because the child is not here yet. Okay, let's continue to read to go to more scripture to see, is seed only for those that have not been here yet, or is for seed are for also those that are here today? Let's go there. Okay, let's pick this up at Genesis 24. Let's go down to verse 60. Okay, here we go. And they blessed Rebekah and said unto her, Thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands, of millions, and let thy seed possess the gates of those which hate them. You see? So again, it's Rebekah, their sister, and they're telling Rebekah to be the mother of thousands. And the thousands of who? Of the seed that's already existing. Okay? And they shall do what? They will possess the gates of those that hate them. So again, that's for those that are walking on the earth back in that time as well. They were still considered the seed. Why? The seed of who? Of Abraham. But let's continue. Let's go to Genesis 26. Okay, so now let's pick this up at Genesis 26 and verse 1. It states, And there was famine in the land, besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. We know Abram and Abraham are the same person, but let's continue. And Esau went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And Jehoiada appeared unto him, and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Right? Now, verse 3, Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swore unto Abraham thy father. Again, so if he said he's going to swear an oath to Abraham, his father, then that means what? He is also considered the seed of Abraham, and he's walking on the earth to this day. So when you're in these courts, call your offspring your seed. Call your child your seed, because that's what they are. They are your seed, and that's it. Let's continue. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. So again, this is 6 scriptures already. I'm showing you all where you all can use the term seed to describe what came from your bowels, okay? What they're trying to switch up to give the legal term to, known as children. Okay? Correct the mistakes. Go in there, say the right terms and the right words. You guys will be A-okay. Just, you have to do what you need to do, okay? So now let's go to the last and final scripture. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's go there. Okay, let's pick this up at 2 Samuel verse 12, right? This was the Most High promise to King David. It states, And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. We know who he was talking about. He was talking about the preserved seed. The preserved seed of David is who? The Messiah, the Hamashiach. Okay? So now, I'm going to give y'all one more. This is the 8th scripture just to back up what I'm saying on why you all should use the term seed. I gave you all OT scriptures. Now let's go to NT. Let's go to the New Testament for those that are New Testament lovers. Last and final scripture, let's go to Galatians 3. All right, let's pick this up at Galatians 3, okay? But we're going to go to verse 27. And it states, For as many of you has been baptized into the Messiah, has put on the Messiah. There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in the Messiah Yahusha. Then it states, And if ye be the Messiah, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise. So he are telling them as well, who he's speaking to in the New Testament, that they are also Abraham's seed according to the promise. So when you go to a court and these judges are trying to force you to believe that you have a child or this thing called an offspring, you simply correct them with the living word, which means that you have a seed. Okay? It's your seed. That's it. That's all. Can nobody lay claim to your seed? It's your seed. All right? But that's all I'm going to do for today. Again, there is no difference between child and offspring. They're one and the same. So with that being said, if you all need my help, hit me up in my email at yahismagnified@gmail.com. Let's get this right wisdom. Let's get this right knowledge. Let's get this right understanding. So with that being said, I say shalom.